Welcome back to Breakfast Central. It's time for us to look at a big story of the day. Popular activist Omoyele Sowore has been detained by the police force headquarters in Abuja following his refusal to meet bail conditions provided by the police. Sowore was invited by the police to give explanations to a video he posted on social media accusing the police of extorting citizens, allegations that did not go down well with the leadership of the police. News Central's Bureau Chief Amadine Uyi reports.
Major roads leading to the police force headquarters were barricaded by police personnel. The checkpoints caused a minor traffic gridlock as vehicles along the route were stopped and searched. Shortly after, activist Omoyele Sowore appeared and was led into the police force headquarters. After several hours, he, however, was not released as his supporters waited in vain.
They have refused to release him on self-recognizance. They have given an outrageous bail condition, suggesting that Omoyele Sowore should produce a permanent secretary, level 17 officer in the civil service to take him on bail. Even if you commit the crime of terrorism, how can any court impose such a condition for administrative bail?
The hierarchy of the police has personal issues with him. So it's on that basis they are trying to keep him. But I can assure you that Nigerians are watching closely happenings in this place.
Some of his lawyers who had come with the activist say his actions should be described as patriotic and not warrant an invitation from the police.
There is no crime in uploading or exposing corruption.
Expose corruption.
As a matter of fact, when somebody exposes corruption in this country, such person should be commended. The police should have invited Sowore and tell him thank you for doing a wonderful job by exposing corruption.
They also accused the police of being unprofessional and misusing powers given to them by the state.
Sowore has said that the police are extorting people on the main road. Should the police be a judge in this whole matter? Why don't you, in the interest of fairness, in the interest of equity and justice, why don't you refer this issue to another agency, security agency, maybe like the DSOS or the NSA, and a neutral person? You cannot be the one that is being accused of extorting citizens and still be the investigator, be the one to provide witnesses. What are we talking about? Are we playing in this country?
They urged the police to release the activist on administrative bail, saying the condition mandating Sowore to present a level 17 officer from the Federal Civil Service as surety for his bail is frivolous and unacceptable. In Abuja for News Central, I am Amadine Uyi.
Very interesting there. Very, very interesting there. Now, all of that took place yesterday in Abuja. Now, if you do recall, there is a video of Omoyele Sowore that indeed trended just a few weeks back where he was on his way en route to the airport. And if you are very familiar with the airport route or route, you would find out that most times you have police officers who usually just form a barricade around that area. And all of a sudden they engage not just in checking, but of course in other activities, as it were. Well, let's take a look at the video. I would like you to be the judge from where you are, or better still, just look at this on a level playing field or level playing ground in comparison to what he has just been told to do for him to gain release. But take a look.
Hello, officer. Hello.
How are you? Which one? I want to cause traffic for this place again. Not be airport road be this, huh? Wanna come up for roads? Wanna come up for roads? No, wind this place down. Why not? We are not parking. We are not supposed to be causing traffic to the airport. We are not parking. Wanna calm down? Wanna calm down? Wanna calm down? We know the park. We know the park. Go and bring your guy. I know the park. Now they cause traffic for roads. We don't need this traffic. This is the airport to this is the airport road. I know the park. I know the park. Come on for roads. Come on for road. I know the park. Go bring your commissioner. I know the park.
Let's allow him to go.
I know the park. I know the park. When I come up for road.
So there you have the video, and questions have, come out to either support what Sowore has done by asking, did he do what was wrong by simply calling out the police, who all of a sudden have put up a structure or a barricade or a checkpoint, asking Nigerians to stop on the aspect of stop and search, even when there is a warrant or not. And that's just one. And then there's also the issue of, okay, let's have something. Let's be honest, Nigerians. If you have plied that route regularly and you see this, there are many times where you have to part away with 1,000 naira, 500 naira, or do something for the boys.
Yes, and it's absolutely true, but there are different ways to look at that video we just saw of Sowore. An officer of the law said, pack, and they said, we're not packing. Regardless of what you assume they are doing, you should obey. If it was some other persons, I would have, if it was me, for example, I would have done a secret recording, because we do know, as a matter of fact, like you said, these things do happen. There are unnecessary checkpoints. A lot of Nigerians that traveled over the Yuletide season to their hometowns will tell you there are multiple checkpoints, and at each checkpoint, a lot of, especially commercial drivers, have to part with some form of money or the other. So the grouse I think the Nigerian police has with Sowore in that video was, it was ordered to pack, and he said, we're not packing, for reasons best known to him, because he's assumed that they were extorting people. But we can, if you do a vox pop, if you do a public opinion, a lot of Nigerians, overwhelming number of Nigerians will tell you these things happen on a regular. Well, so the police, by detaining him, they're just putting the spotlight on them, which is a good thing. It will lead to conversations on police reforms, and this behavior of extorting or demanding some form of monetary compensation. For Nigerians, you're a civil servant. The Nigerian police force is a voluntary organization. They didn't conscript you. If you know you're not comfortable there, your salary is not enough, you can take your leave. It tells a lot about the police force of a country if you see their men acting this way. Imagine foreigners witnessing this, and a lot of them do witness this. You remember the biker incident? The lady from Netherlands said, give me money, I want money.
I remember how that brought a lot of especially we would say disgrace,
and they were fired.
It was sad. But then again, we've painted two scenarios now, Gbenga. We've looked at the aspect of the fact that, one, what he did may have been wrong. He should have obeyed first, of course, which is what we would advise here on anybody watching. It's not advisable for you to just go ahead headlong with the police officers. They are ensuring that the law must be obeyed. So obey first, that's one. Two, others are saying that what he did, was it wrong in any case? Because he was actually calling out what should have not happened, especially at that place. But then again, these conversations are what we're going to look at. We do have our guest who is joining us to take a look at this very interesting story. We do have human rights activist who's here with us this morning, and he is also principal partner at Inebeye Effiong Chambers. We do have Barrister Inebeye Effiong join us this morning. Good morning, and thank you so much for being here. Okay, let's try and see if we can get Inebeye Effiong's connectivity clearly and right, so he could react to this story, because he took to X and also reacted earlier on.
And there are also other legal angles to look at, and it would be nice to get his perspective, especially when it comes to administrative bail and the different types of bail we have. We also have Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Mr. Femi Falana. He did make a comment about this bail system, that it's illegal for the police to use civil servants as shorties as a condition for offering bail. So
the question is, it would be really nice having Inebeye Effiong join us, because it seems like we're not really understanding what the law is. Especially when I say we, I'm also talking about those who are supposed to uphold the tenets of the law here in Nigeria as put in the Constitution. Because just like we saw in the package covered by Amadine Uyi, you did see that questions were being asked. Why would you say someone who didn't steal, who did not kill, who did not commit any crime of murder or so on or the likes, why would you say he should go and get
exactly
a level 17, you know, if not possibly go and get a level 16? And others have also pushed back to say what Sowore has done is also good, because if he accepts that, it will end up being the norm and could also be used as a means of possibly used for others as well.
Like what we're seeing now, one of the charges, or one of the reasons why the police is holding him in detention, they've said cyber stalking, you know, and some other charges. And this is what they call lawfare, you know, using the law, overreaching, and using it to inhibit, to stifle people's human rights and freedom of expression. This is a conversation that we really need to have, and it's very, very important for Nigerians to know what their rights are. We're still waiting to connect with Enibehe Effiong, human rights activist and principal partner Enibehe Effiong Chambers, give us the legal angles and perspectives to this conversation.
It's a key question, and it's a key story to look at, especially this morning. Most importantly, a lot of Nigerians have thought that by now, Sowore would be out and would have no reason to do anything else. But let's talk to Enibehe Effiong, who joins us this morning. Good morning and welcome to Breakfast Central.
Good morning.
Great. I'm sure you've been following through our conversations, and as we are not the legal practitioners, we can only have our opinions on this issue. First off, can you break it down to us? What crime did Sowore commit to warrant what he's been told to do in order for him to gain possibly his freedom and release?
Let me start by placing on record that I am one of the lawyers to Omoyele Sowore. I've known Sowore for over a decade. I've had over a decade of close professional and personal relationship with Mr. Sowore. I am also the National Legal Advisor of the African Action Congress. I currently represent Sowore in a number of cases, and I'm also going to be part of whatever part of his legal team in whatever charge the police may choose to bring. So let me play that on record so that I will not be seen to be someone who is disinterested. However, the facts must be set out clearly. Whatever the police perceive Sowore has done, whatever infraction they believe he has committed, it only exists essentially in their mind. It is not real. It is not one that has any utilitarian value. It is not one that is plausibly in law, and I'm convinced that whatever charge they bring will collapse on the first day. This is not about law. This is not about an attempt to bring Sowore to justice. There is no offense known to law that he has committed. All those claims they are making about disobeying lawful directive, obstructing a police officer in the performance of his duty, cyber stalking, these are imaginary offenses that the police have invented. And people say, well, I heard when you were saying that, why did it have to engage in an altercation with them? The question is, why did the police stop the vehicle that he was inside? Why did they stop him? Under the law, the police does not have a unilateral, unquestionable, and unlimited power to stop citizens while in motion. Right? To say that the police can just simply halt a vehicle and then begin to interrogate the occupants is simply wrong in the eyes of the law. If they stop him for the purpose of carrying out a search, the question is what was the basis for seeking to conduct a search? Under the Police Act, for the police to carry out a search, there must be reasonable suspicion of commission of crime. But you and I know that what the police does in Nigeria in 95% of the cases regarding search, it's not because they have any reasonable suspicion that the driver or any occupant of a vehicle has committed an offense. It is principally for the purpose of extortion. It is also for the purpose of harassment of Nigerians. So what was the basis for stopping the vehicle that he was under? So I do not see any point in what they have done. And now, assuming without considering that there's even a legal basis to bring him, to invite him, he has honored your invitation. He came on his own. This is someone that the federal government of Nigeria detained under the dictatorial government of Buhari for years, for almost 4 years, right? For alleged treasonable felony. He did not run away, even when he was released. Sowore currently has a number of criminal charges that he's facing. He goes abroad and comes back and has never jumped bail. He's the former two-time presidential candidate, the leader of a political party, the founder of one of the leading media organizations in our country, and in his own right, a leading voice in our country. And he walks into the police headquarters, honors your invitation, and what do? You say he should go and bring a level 17 civil servant. And later you say, oh, bring a level 16 civil servant. This is the police acting in bad faith. This is outrageous what they have done. The Court of Appeal has made it clear in the case of Dume and FRN that the requirement of asking a person to produce a civil servant as a surety is unknown to law. And in any event, the law is clear that conditions of bail must not be stringent, must be one that is capable of being fulfilled. So they have not granted him bail. What they have done is simply to introduce an impossible administrative bail condition, knowing that no civil servant, that the chances or the possibility of a civil servant of that cadre coming out to stand as a surety for someone like Sowore is very slim. Someone who is seen as an enemy of the Nigerian government. So I think they are just being mischievous. They are making a ridicule of themselves. They are reminding themselves that the police is an entertainment organization, right? It is just exists for entertainment and corruption. This is not about crime or law enforcement in any way. And we are going to challenge them on this. We are going to take them to the cleaners. We are not going to shy away from defending Sowore, irrespective of whatever sentiment the police has expressed. Besides that, the law is also clear that where a person is unable to fulfill the conditions of administrative bail, the police must still arraign that person in court within 24 hours. So by today, I expect them to bring Sowore before a judge, before a court of law. If they don't do that, they have already violated his conditional right by inviting him without any legal basis. So that violation will persist today if they don't take him before a court. And we demand that Sowore should be taken before a court, let charges be filed, and let us see how far they can go. But as I said, this is not about prosecution, because 100% of the times we have always defeated them when they file this kind of ridiculous charges. The intimidation of the police ends at their station. I can guarantee you that.
Okay.
All this frivolous legal rigmarole that they are doing will not hold up in court.
All right. Anyway, let's also look. I mean, Benga, you wanted to go first?
Yes, Sowore described this conditions, his bail conditions, as unreasonable and has chosen to remain in detention. What are the legal implications for rejecting administrative bail, and where do you go as his legal representative and his team? Where do you go from here?
Well, looking at it on substance, Sowore has not been granted administrative bail because what is bail, right? What is the purpose of bail in law? The purpose of bail in law is to secure the attendance of a person, either in court or before law enforcement for the purpose of continuation of investigation. When a person is admitted to bail, what is being done essentially is to ensure that that person is available to come. So you invited him, he has honored your invitation. What we see in Nigeria is a complete misunderstanding of the law. It is not supposed to be the case that police invitation should automatically translate into an arrest. That once a person honors an invitation, you must now place that person in custody and demand that that person should only be released on bail. They could have released him on his own self-recognizance. On self-recognizance. I have stated the reason for that. So you don't expect us to concede, to begin to go to federal, secretariat in Abuja to scout for a level 17 or level 16, civil servant. Where will you find that? That is essentially a permanent secretary. So you expect the permanent secretary to come and thank Shorty for someone that the government perceives to be an enemy in a politically motivated charge. Sowore has accused the IG of occupying his office illegally. He has been at the forefront of the campaign against police brutality. So this is personal to them. For me, this is complete abuse of office. And this child's play that they are carrying out will come to an end the moment this matter comes before a court. I am confident that they cannot bring any serious charge against Sowore, because what will they charge him for? I've already explained to you that there was no basis to stop the vehicle that he was inside in the first place. And if they are saying that 1,000 Nigerians as witnesses, yes, we are willing to call 1,000 Nigerians as witnesses to give evidence in court that they have been extorted on the road by the police. Even as I speak to you, extortion is going on the highway. So what were those policemen doing there? Why did they have to stop the vehicle? What were they looking for? Are they carrying out the responsibilities of the road safety now? These are the questions that the media must begin to ask.
Okay, I mean, these are questions that most definitely we would always ask whenever we have any of the police officers, representatives here, be it by the PPRO or the PRO, the spokesperson and the likes. I understand that we also do have lawyer and human rights activist, Abubakar Mashal. He was there. He also spoke, openly to the press after Sowore was indeed told to provide these things, let me put it that way, in order for him to get his release. Thank you so much for also joining us, Mr. Marshall. Inebe has spoken a lot and thoroughly on the case and what is being presented. He has also said it seems to be like a personal vendetta. Can you paint a picture for us on what you saw yesterday and what really took place? This is very critical because we're at an edge where either we fall off reforming the police system or we remain where we are, tiptoeing just at the edge of what we see today. Go ahead, please.
Thank you so much for having me. It's quite very obvious that the invitation of Mr. Omoyele Sowore was clearly an attempt or a way of resolving our personal issues. As we're all aware, the tenure of the current IG has long expired, and Mr. Sowore has been at the vanguard of calling for the removal of this IG because the constitutional provisions or the term of office that the Constitution provides for his tenure has long elapsed. So there's been these agitations for the interest of career progression, for the interest of advancement of the career of others in the police force, that the IG should give way so that we will not have the current stalemate in the career progressions of the other police officers. So I strongly believe that the invitation of the police was orchestrated on account of that. The police hierarchy is not happy that Mr. Sowore has been calling for the removal of the illegal IGP as it seems to be currently. The invitation has been planned long ago, and the detention we saw yesterday has long been planned. The police never gave a bill. They had no intentions of releasing Mr. Sowore yesterday, and that made that very, very. This is not the first time we're having this kind of back and forth with the men of the FID. I remember this case of Mr. Speed Darlington, Akbi, as you know him. They gave the same kind of conditions, but at the last minute they will just thwart it because they have other motives. Even if you bring a senator yesterday to stand shorty for Sowore, I can assure you 100% they would not release him. Their game plan is to detain Sowore yesterday and to take him to Lagos today to stand or to get a holding charge against Mr. Sowore. That is the game plan. And don't let anybody deceive you that saying we vetted him because of the video he did on the highway. Firstly, it was established yesterday during the interview we had of the police that there is no offense or there is no crime committed whatsoever by Mr. Sowore. As a matter of fact, the basic questions we asked the investigators, they could not answer any of them. And when you talk about criminal allegations against the person who was invited by the police, we even asked them, firstly, where is the scene of the alleged crime? They could not establish it. We also asked them the ingredients and the basic constituents of such crimes they are alleging. None of them was established. If you look at these allegations that the DIG read critically yesterday, none of those particular allegations suffice to be a crime. But because they have an axe to grind, because they have personal vendetta against Mr. Sowore, they decided to keep him as a form of retaliating the call for the removal of the IGP, and they are simply wanting to, as I speak to you now, they are
I think we lost Abubakar.
They claim that they asked him to bring a pump set for them to release him. I think it's not justified, and is not justified, and that is not the truth.
Staying with you, Abubakar Marshall, if you can hear me, you said the Nigerian police force might have a personal vendetta or an axe to grind with the former presidential candidate of AAC, Omoyele. Abubakar Marshall, if you can hear me clearly, you say the Nigerian police force might have a personal vendetta or an axe to grind with the person of Mr. Omoyele Sowore. We do understand, okay, we seem to have some connection issues with Abubakar Marshall.
All right, let's just go back to
So I'll just go back to Ine Ihebong. Now, yeah, there seems to be a solidarity amongst Nigerians, especially young Nigerians, with Mr. Sowore when it comes to the behavior of the men of the Nigerian police force. Where do we begin to address this issue of Nigerian policemen extorting innocent citizens and the incessant stop and search we see in many cities and, of course, highways? We do know that a lot of Nigerian policemen are there for legitimate reasons and to keep us safe, but quite a number of them too are just there for monetary reasons.
No, most of them are not there for legitimate reasons. Even me as a lawyer, every time most time when I'm on the road, they try to stop my vehicle. When they see and it's not like, it's not like they have any reason to do so. And the first thing they do is to ask for money. It is money they are looking for on the road. Let's not kid ourselves. We know what this is about. As I said, if they want to say that what the Sowore claim is false, let them bring the charge. We are waiting for them. If we have to call 1,000 Nigerians to give evidence in Sowore's defense, we are ready for that. But as I have told you that this is not about legal process. This is not about legality. It's not about bringing anybody to justice. This is just personal witch hunting, using the instrumentality of state to pursue personal grievances. That is what is happening here. And it is unfortunate that our institutions will be bastardized continuously in this manner, that you have a police force that has made itself a subject of international ridicule. The police continue to, continuously remind Nigerians that they do not have, serious things to do. At the time that crime is spreading across the country, right? At the time when there are legitimate law enforcement issues to be addressed, the Nigerian police continues to make itself a subject of ridicule. They continue to engage in frivolous cases, continue to take on things that do not concern them. So Sowore's case is just one of the many instances of police abuse of power that we are witnessing on a daily basis in the country. So let them bring the charge. We are waiting for them. That is what I can tell you.
Well, I'm sure that we'll get an update, like you've rightly said, Ndibeye, and of course, this would be one thing that a lot of Nigerians would want to hear, especially on the social media space. I want to say thank you so much, gentlemen, for joining us. Thank you for shedding light on what happened yesterday, and looking forward to another response, especially from the Nigerian police force. Thank you so much for your time, and thanks for joining us.
Thank you.